I'm not going to say too much about Wizards of the Coast and the Pinkerton Agency because I don't really know anything about it personally. I'm sure that the agents in question were, definitely unreasonable. I don't need to be there to know that because that's like the job of private security. That's how these companies work. The idea that they just knocked on the door and politely asked is absurd, and we don't even need to go into it because, a lawyer would be good for that. No, we don't need to. We don't need. There's no speculating as to what happened. Those people were sent to intimidate someone. They were definitely sent by Wizards of the Coast. I don't need to know the facts to know that because that's just how corporations act when they believe their interests are threatened. The idea that anything else happened is so much less believable than that we don't need to even go into it. That's how I handle fraud. As somebody who has many years of litigation experience, is that corporations need to do more and need to be expected to do more to show that they have clean hands in a situation like this. The idea that regular people and massive billion-dollar corporations come to any legal dispute as equals is it's so absurd that it doesn't even bear a response. There's always a power imbalance between private individuals and massive publicly traded corporations like this. And we don't need to imagine that. We don't need to ask why a corporation would be interested in leveraging a force like intimidation or coercion to get what they want. Of course they would. So what I did want to talk about is the fact that I'm working on a video right now about, not really about my own experiences with this kind of thing, but that definitely touches on my own experience with this kind of thing. It is my experience that when private business is threatened through, in any way, it will resort to violence in order to get its way. In our society today, the typical violent tactic is coercion. Coercion. They're going to intimidate you. Yeah, I've had this exact kind of experience many times. While trying to work as a litigator, I chose causes that were not convenient to people who had the money to try and intimidate the people involved. Sometimes they tried to intimidate me. Oftentimes they would try to intimidate my clients or my witnesses. Corporate fraud is actually incredibly common, and corporations break the law. The corporations have turned breaking the law into its own business that functions as if it were legal. The Pinkerton Agency is an example of an organization which does legally what gangs do illegally. Quite literally. That's its purpose, that's its nature. And anybody associating with it is definitely trying to coerce people. I really wasn't looking forward to having to talk about wizards again for a very long time, but I felt as though I couldn't really ignore this one because I'm literally trying to put my own work together adjacent to the subject. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching until the end of the video if you did. This will hopefully be the last video I make in this style because I have some exciting changes coming soon, I hope. Bye!